Good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, people. Let me welcome you to this another episode of the Saudi Press Show. And of course, tonight, I'm not sure where this show will take us tonight, people. But thank you very much for joining. And as long as you are here, it's a special welcome. If you are joining us for the very, very first time, it's more so special for you to join the Saudi Crest family and to be a part of a wonderful family. This is where we discuss sports, entertainment, and education, people. But for no doubt, tonight will be hot sports topics. And when you look at what was advertised tonight, people, I must say to you that yes, we'll have a big discussion on football, but I can't help myself. But tonight we must look at a little of track and field. More so, the Jamaica or the J3 national championship over the weekend. We have some blistering runs, I must say. These things I believe would have taken away some of the heart broke from the football and brings a little light, a little steady, yes, for our athlete. It seems like we're doing well. It seems like we'll have a very big say at the Paris Olympic this season. So we have to touch a little on that and give those who are track and field minded to share their point. And again, people, if you are here, ensure that you like the channel, like the show, and of course, share. You could bring more people on. And if you are not yet done so, please subscribe in an effort to you come and have a chat. The live chat is here, people, and we want to kick it off with football. Again, I've seen people in the chat. I don't know how are you doing. Just say something. Let me recognize you. It's very, very important that we recognize those who are here and those who are early for the show. Yes, that's how we do it. But customary, we normally have our little guests. I'm expecting a few people to jump in just to give us their views on what happened, what is going on, especially in the Reggae Boys camp. More so with JFF. I really don't know, but people, I have to touch a little on it. If I have not done so, then something would have been wrong. I've not done a show for the past week, but I couldn't let tonight pass without me chiming in on what we believe is happening with the Reggae Boys program. And so, with any doubt, people, the egoistic in me tonight is that the right word? But yes, I have to express with my own ego. And I hope that we'll hear from some coaches, we'll hope we hear from some past Reggae Boys, or at least the fans who are here who are spending money not just to watch the games, but to purchase these different gear in order to support the Reggae Boys team. And so the big topic, it has long gone. It's no longer breaking news. That of course, the JFF and Hamir Al Grimson have parted company. And that is done in through mutual suasion, I believe. Yes. So it, the headline, people, that the Reggae Boys coach would have resigned. Now, if you have taken note of the development over the past couple of months, that of course would not, or this news have not surprised me. I'm not surprised one bit about that decision. Yes, while disappointed, because I think the program is at a place now that we should be well settled. Yes, we should be well settled. To have a coach resign, and the sad part about it, I don't believe, and this is just my mere view, that this coach has resigned based on the current results that the team actually accumulated. That now have nothing to do with the Copa America. And if you want to believe me, yes or no, people, I never have at one point believed that this Reggae Boys team that who had played are the team that we have seen over the past couple of weeks in the Copa America. I never expect them to go through. Be fair, man. Well, we'd love that. But when you look at our Mexico people, we are nowhere with Mexico. Yes, we are competitive, but in terms of what Mexico has to offer, the team, how they play, this Reggae Boy team, we are nowhere near. Put it this way, the South American teams, they are far ahead of Jamaica. Yes, you don't believe? Take it out. They are well far ahead of us. I mean, what next or what else did you expect? I was expecting them to be competitive. Mhm. Not just to just throw away goals like that. And I want to break down those games in a little while. But remember, by breaking the games down, are we serious about 2026? And I say this to say, and this very show, people, I have said it over and over again, that Jamaica have not, they don't have a clear or an easy path to the World Cup. There are some people who believe, and maybe the JFF would have thought that it's a 1-2 going through because they won't be playing Canada, Mexico, or the USA. But remember, all the other teams in the Central America here and the Caribbean would have had the same view that the top teams are out, so we have a better chance. We have seen what happened in the past two qualifiers that we played against two minnows, if you ask. And we narrowly win those games. Narrowly win. And it don't make no sense. A man come tell me so we outplayed my team. No, sir. I'm happy for the win. But that goes to show that we are not ready. When we shall have faced these competitive teams, yes, just like what we have seen in the Copa America, we are bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. Well, let's get to the matter, people. And I urge you to pour your question in our suggestion. Yes, help me, guide the discussion, help me out. Let me look at this one seriously. And I hope that you are hearing. Yes? Let me double check my. All right, good. So, sound up. People, what would have caused Coach Al Grimson to resign? Tell me the truth. What is your belief or your views that would have caused Coach Al Grimson to resign? Is it because they have actually dropped out of the Copa America? Is it because the way they have been playing? Is it because the coach could not get the star baller Leon Bailey to play? People, this thing is serious. I may really have some bombshell in my job tonight. And a regular thing from Sadi Chris, but if you know why you hear me drop a bombshell, let me know. Just like up the channel, people. Like up the channel. Like up the channel. But the truth still, if you look at the developments in recent time, a big thing, yeah, people may not have no like just not going like up the show. Is it that Coach Al Grimson really sick and tired of how the JFF operates? As I said to you, I don't surprise that the coach has resigned. Because this very same coach, when he just came, he was uncomfortable. Remember that, he was very uncomfortable of a lot of things as it relates to what the Jamaica thing has to offer. Remember, he came out and blast the country at large about the playing surfaces that we have here. Now, a man who is used to very good playing service, next to perfect if it is not, and to come to Jamaica playing on a rock, yes, in cane fields, based on their standard. That was the type of assessment he made of the fields. And not just having a conversation with the members of the JFF or the technical committee, if you want. He would have made these comments. And I'm saying that the fact that the Icelanders, and I did a little show on that, I made mention if it actually needs a foreigner to come and tell us that we don't have no fees. What happened? You remember that, people? For those of you who were following this article, I'm sure you remember that. But the truth of the matter, or should I say, the big deal though, the very big deal, How much did it take, yes, for Hal Gibson to reach the stage? The writing was on the wall, you know, because just a week or so ago before this resignation, I was informed that this coach does not live here anymore. He was given accommodation down there in the North Coast. Can't tell you the status of it. Based on what I heard, it was a very luxurious apartment. But since the start of the year, 2024, the coach has moved back to Iceland. He has given up the apartment and find himself back in Iceland, where he resides. So he would have traveled from Iceland, or yes, through you, whenever Jamaica has football assignments. That is unheard of. And the fact that all these things were happening, people, and no one from the JFF would have put out any statement that this is the situation that they are faced with. Absolutely no one. Good night, Torres. Wagwan, big up yourself, man. Well done. Yes, boss. Good to see you here. I know that Horace, you are having a warm time in Canada right now. Not because it is summer, but based on what happened. You a man love your reggae boys. What's your take on this matter? And I say that with the resignation, I am almost sure that is not because of the performance of the team during the Copa America. I'm not defending Al Grimson, no, because I thought that two of the games that we have lost, in my own view, the coach could have made better decisions. They say Alberta weather is unpredictable, but I say warm because of not the weather, you know. But what is happening? Yes, in the Reggae Boys camp. Mhm. No man, it is one of these things, people, that needs a lot of explanation. But I don't know. Maybe I'm jumping the gun, people. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. But we have not heard anything from the JFF since the resignation of Coach Al Gibbs. Well, personally, me. So for those if you have heard anything, please share with me. Forgive me. JFF a joker, we need good leadership. My boss, Kian, why are we continuing to embark on the same journey or doing the same things over and over? But yes, yes, expect a different result. So Randy, I see you. Real joker. But when you talk about the leadership of the JFF, Randy, I am sure we have persons could give you a lot of insight. I mean, just a few months ago, we have the elections, and the present slate of leaders, our leadership, they won the election by a big majority. Both senior teams have lost their. Oh, both teams. Yes, yes, I understand. Both senior teams. Are you talking about the female and males, right? Not just that, you know, even one of the junior teams have lost their coach too. Horace is saying from I watched the interview when he mentioned the food, playing surfaces, and how laid back Jamaicans are, meaning he wasn't going to stay for long. Yes, Horace, you're right. And that's the first thing I look at. So this is the reason why I'm not surprised at all. This is the main reason why I am not by any means surprised of his resignation. But Randy, you know, as you mentioned about coaches, there's something that is very mischievous, you know, and I don't know if you people follow this thing, you know. But I'm gonna say this, and you probably, if you were thinking about it, if you knew what happened, because what happened, people, the JFF fired one of the youth coaches the other day. So, where's it? At Randy, go remove JFF, then go. They were elected by Jamaica Football Constitution. Yes, boss, you're right. But again, this is this type of politics that we have to endure within our football. This is the type of politics. People don't see football as the main thing. People see people. And there's a saying that hurting people hurt people. That is what is happening in the JFF. Hey, this may Pessoa, man. Listen, Pessoa, I know you're close to football. But this is a statement that I want to make since Randall mentioned the coaching thing. There was a particular youth coach who was fired. But yet still, that same youth coach who got fired was remained as one of the assistant coach for the national team. If you anybody remember that, type in the chat before we continue the conversation on that one. Let me see if you're on speed with that Randy, Pessoa, and Horace. So you say Albrim lost his job when he wanted to compromise with Leon Bailey back in the team after he suspended him. And that is the type of mix-up thing that's going on, boss. Whole heap of mix-up. Because the coach would have been the very first one to suspend or leave out Leon Bailey out of the team of breaking curfew rules. But what is unfair to me and to many of us, when he was left out of the team, there were no time span. There was no time span. He was just given to us that he was suspended. So I can't understand why there's a suspension and there's not a time frame or the period of time that this player was suspended. Again, I found myself wanting because to date I am not sure if there's a timeline for Leon Bailey's suspension by the JFF. So again, it seems like the suspension in JFF or in the football doesn't have a timeline. But look at this, boss. And I said that I want somebody to jump up. So Horace, he the assistant coach, assistant youth coach John Wall. Of course, I may talk, boss. But if he's not good to coach a youth team, how comes he's good enough to be an assistant coach for the senior team? Randy, you're saying the constitution needs to be rewritten because we are not getting the best qualified candidates for JFF president. Randy, I hope nobody now listen me for your neck of the woods, you know. You come like presidents these days, you can't find somebody to run for president's spots. Because I've been watching your president and the man who want to be the next president from your side. Two joke business, in my view. Joke business. But since the show is not for them, let me leave it right there. At Randy, who is we? Get involved in Jamaica football, then you can change how football works in the country then. All right. Good night, Marie. Good night. Good night. Randy, what's the qualification for JFF president? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is that, you know, runs downhill while mixed up with CB. Yes, I know who want him to pick his Phoenix players, only the youth teams. No, but what I'm saying, boss, if that is the case, worst case, Pessoa, if that is the reason why they fired, he should be fired from all levels of football. But there's another flip to this story, you know, people. There's another flip to this story. Big up yourself, Fergie. Although fired man have to eat a food. Why this are nice. But look at the flip side of this John Wall story, Pessoa and others. Randy too. Listen, I learned, yes, I learned that John Wall, John Wall was the man, the technical committee of the JFF wanted to head as head coach of the national team. Mhm. John Wall should have been the head coach of the national team. You know that person? But what happened? Based on John Wall's position with FIFA, and that man is a man who love his money, make a food. And if he would have taken on the Reggae Boys senior team, it would have been a sort of what do I call it now? Bug down situation for him. Because he's involved with FIFA development. That means he has to move around. And maybe he could have been some conflict of interest if he had taken that job. So what John Wall did, he recommended Coach Al Grimson for the coach. So the truth is the technical committee did not really interview Al Grimson. You know. They probably have a face off or an interface because he was recommended by the great John Wall. So these are reasons why the whole mix up and blender thing in go on. That's why you're not easy. You know? Yes, it's to say man, some bad man. No. You see, the thing is, Pessoa, and you have to understand how people is. You have to understand how people think, how people really give rise to their views in this football situation. And I really don't believe that that is the case. The truth of the matter is, people, I am unable, yes, to come up with some very good reasons why our football is in this situation. And I'm talking about the levels of football we play, administrative wise. Too many craziness in the JFF, man. Too many craziness. But put that to say, going back to the issue of the coaching team. So when that come up, I mean, if the person you want, yes, did not take the job, but was unable to recommend, was able to recommend someone, that is the level of, what would I say now, strength that John Wallace at Sarikes, you sure what you're saying? Speed said the interview at Grims, he was the most qualified at that time. But I'm telling you, this is what I'm saying, and I'm not holding it back, boss. So at the time, what I would say to you, and I think I said that it wasn't an interview, it was more of an interface. How many coaches at that time applied for the job? You tell me. Oh, was it advertised? How many coaches applied for that job? You close to football. You know? And why you tell us because we learn from you. So these are questions that I want to answer right now. Help me to understand this a little bit more, Mr. Professor. Randy is back. Tell me, since you good-minded, tell me the qualifications of the to be JFF president. Well, since you are and Travis and that, Randy, I'm going to learn because I'm not sure about this whole qualification thing, if there is any. But anyway, we'll see what goes on. So with all of this whole thing, my people, all of this whole thing, you can figure it out yourself. If you look into this situation, if you really believe that this relationship with Al Grimson and the program would have lasted, you tell me. But you see, there's this saying, that going on in the JFF. And I am very much uncomfortable for the football federation activities with football in the country. Yes. And it's not just today, you know. It's not a today thing. It's not a President Ricketts thing. It a come from way back as Burrell, as I can remember. There were issues, you know. It's just that because Burrell had gotten some level of success, big level of success carrying us to the World Cup, that many things would have shoved under the carpet. But we have crazy things going on from then. Hey. All right, so you name out all these presidents. No, 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 no. And I don't want to get in defense or that level of debate between you, Pessoa, and Randall. You know, the thing what I'm trying to say is that as it is now, yes, as is now, because as I say, I don't want to get into the qualification of the president because I'm not here targeting the president. Yes, I'm targeting the JFF as it relates to the relationship building and the lack thereof. These are some situations. All right. So tonight, people, as me say, my intention is not to tear down any side. My intention is to just start my mind and to see what I'm seeing. And I'm not talking my mind off of just mere egoism or just how me feel. So me no want nobody feel say me bad mind or me good mind. Me just attack it as it is. Yeah? Fair and square. But anyway, what would have been the real reason? And these are things what I'm saying that I believe that I would have, somewhat hear from the JFF to say, yes, we hear part company, mutual consent, but for whatever they, yes, Pessoa, since the advent of YouTube, these fans just love speculate about people who get themselves in football. But then again, you can't blame them. There must be something that bring certain things to the fore, Pessoa. And I can remember before I even started YouTube or even watching YouTube, I was very intimate. I always want to be around the football. I want to know what's happening with football. And to be honest with you, saying that to say because somebody, Pessoa, in recent time would have said something similar to me. Not on the show, but somebody would have said to me in a discussion, so there since you start YouTube thing, you start follow football. And I was saying, not a problem. You're right, because that's where you saw me. No problem. I've been in football and following Jamaican football from a very young age. I don't have to tell you much more. That's what I said to the people, to the gentleman. But I understand where you're going, and that's not true because I know. A matter of fact, I can tell you, Randy and them man, they follow football from way from the thing just start push out. Yeah, man. Who is back? RR, of course. You're late, RR. What's going on? You on a break? Blessings, man. So, the fact though, Pessoa and Randy, what I want to look at, what would have caused, what would have been what would I say now? What would have driven that nail in the coffin? Yes? What would have caused Hal Grimson to break the camel's back? Dig up yourself, man. Yeah, man. Everybody there wait for a long time. People remember to like the show. Give me some like. And give me, nobody sit and relax and I try and enjoy a little discussion. Be a part of it. Yeah. I really want to know because I cannot, as I said, when I've heard about the whole issue of the coach not living in Jamaica, yes, and there's something else that I've read, which I don't even want to go into it because I never get the chance to get details of it, yes, because I've heard that for the past month, the JFF and Hal Grimson they are not seeing eye to eye with many things, and some of these things are not on the field of play. They're off field. So there are administrative issues. But what goes to show there are too many issues in the JFF, bro. Too many issues. And I believe what caused some of these issues is that the communication or the miscommunication or the lack thereof are issues that we need to deal with. Deal, big up yourself with the rolling eyes, my youth. Anybody talk to CB can't be a part of the JFF. You see, there's no way CB can be a part of this present federation. Yes? And you know, CB and the federation are see two different things. Two different things. But again, we are here saying all these things because we are not thinking football, we are thinking people, the ego. Because when you talk about the football program, the Reggae Boys, and even under the issue when um what you call it now, Liam Bailey saga, yeah, with the coach and so on. And then they would have stated that he was suspended, yes, or he was punished for failing to obey curfew rules. But when you hear from the Liam Bailey camp, he said no, he just wanted a break. So apparently, when coach would have suspended Liam Bailey, just maybe, I wonder why, if the JFF was against that move. But while he returned to some level of, what would I say now? Um, what the term I should use? I don't even know what to call it, but maybe the coach now return and say with lesson. He probably learned his lesson. Now I'm ready for him. Hmm? So him change his mind at some aspect. And maybe he have a right to change his mind because I was saying all these suspensions were never time bound. Bailey's mission or Bailey's, what would I say now? The way he go about to say that he needs a break. There is no time bound from Bailey about the length of break or how long he will stay out of the football. So none of these instances, yes, would have taken into consideration time. And that's a key factor. That's a key factor. But this whole saga thing, yes, and I believe that there are two gentlemen right now in Jamaica that need to sort themselves out as it relates to national football setup. And I believe CB need to sort himself out as it relates to egoistic and relationship. Yeah, man. RS need to sort himself out as well. So right now, people, I'm gonna say this without any apology. If those gentlemen do not take away the personal feelings out of Jamaica football, trust me, we're going to have these back and forth thing all the while. May I tell him? Craig Butler is not a part, I mean, I call him name. Craig Butler is not a part of the JFF, but I believe he has, so he would have had some impact, yes, in the football structure in the country. But him now go work under nobody else. Rudolph Speed also have great impact. But Rudolph now listen to some, now listen to nobody. And maybe that is the reason why we believe to saying that it is the Rudolph Speed who runs the JFF and not Mike Ricketts. But that's another story. That's another story. But what I would have hoped, people, and honesty, is to see all of these powerful persons in football, yes, to get together. All of these people. But we can't because it's really a sad state. Our football as it is in a sad state. And I'm not saying that we can't get a coach that will fix the bits of pieces. But I heard people talking and I hear some people say, right now, let's draw back for Tapa. People, the question I'm asking now, talking about coach, the JFF is looking for a coach now. There must be. But we only go and hear this whole coach thing when there's another, what you call it now, tournament coming up. Another tournament. People, I'm not telling you no lie. We want to dissect the whole performance of the team. Yes, we want to do that. But before we reach there, we still have not picked up what has happened, what could have been the main reason for the coach to step aside. Don't get it. And if this is so being people, may I go back and check it today. Because we should have gotten good. Which, a matter of fact, I mean, they're out last night, so maybe it is still time based on how they do it. I know Mr. Speed and his technical committee, will meet to do their assessment. But the fact that the coach has resigned people after the last game in a press conference wouldn't be perfect, yes, to get a JFF response, at least for now. And as my good friend Pessoa mentioned, that the advent of YouTube and social media, there's a Reggae Boy YouTube page too. Or there's, how would I say it? Yes, there is. So we have enough information, we have enough sources that could have put out some of these information, people. I doubt Papa would take job after he was thrown under the bus. Randy said, wouldn't bring back Tapa. Be there, done that. Listen, I will say Horace. I want thing I can tell you, with coaches around the world who are seeing themselves as top coaches, I want to coach on top. If you push them in at the rug, Bridget, and call them back tomorrow, them go. Because it is work and it is money. So I'm sure right now, Tapa will take a job. Tapa love in country, Tapa love your work. I'm not sure Tapa would be the right man still. Because the assessment that Jamaica will give to Tapa, the evaluation, the things they will evaluate Tapa now would have been a brutal. Yeah, man, it would be very brutal to coach Tapa with me. So I don't think he will. I don't even know where to look if you want a coach in a people. I don't know. I am not sure if there's any local based coach would have shown that level of maturity, would have shown that level that they can stand on their own without the strong influence, yes, of the JFF as it relates to on the field play. Because I think JFF has some issues, Yeah, man. They're not just managing, yes? Or let me use another term. They're not just dictating what should happen administratively. They're not governing the football. They are one to operate and run the football. And that's mighty. And I say JFF. Yes. But I believe, though, people, I don't think JFF was able to, what would I say now, to manage or to break down Coach Algrim's. I think he was able to stand as his own. And maybe that's why they just couldn't find, there's no agreement, no middle lane. Fergie. But what would Tapa have to offer a second time around? A very good question, that thing. But you know what I would say? What Tapa have to offer around? Even is a coach, whether he has coach. You got some results, but then again, people, There's another aspect of this whole team thing, which is a big problem, and many of us still hiding from the fact. What has happened to Downswell? A matter of fact, Downswell, I believe, is it youth development officer for the JFF? But he has a big post, man. Downswell, I think right now, if you don't quote me, but he oversees. I'm going to get it before the show ends. He oversees the whole development of football, youth football, I believe. But I'm going to check it out. Go check it out. But I want to really get this one straight. People may look for football. I was saying, US and Uruguay, 49 minutes minimum. All right. No many watching. The issue, though, of a coach or the past coach, because Downswell as coach already, one of the things is, people, I'm not telling you the truth. We have a problem. We have a problem with Downswell. I have a problem, maybe not so much with Downswell either, But you see the JFF thing, Bridget. You see what happened to JFF now? The communication. So Downswell is doing a job. And we're not seeing Downswell. There's no interview with Downswell. There's no information coming from, to say what is being done, what Downswell do. We don't know. These are the things. So we don't know what his really job is. And if I'm saying it right, that he's a development officer, we should be seeing Downswell, man, in the media more often, telling Jamaica what's going on, how the development process is going. Yes? Are we seeing a future coming up under this youth development? Where are we? And if this is the case where Sir Downswell, Coach Downswell, is a man who may rate as a coach, and I feel away now. Downswell no football, rating big time. But the position to which he hold, we're not hearing anything. I don't know if it is his job to come out and to call press conference. I don't know. And I think these are some issues that needed to sort out in JFF. Big time. So right now, people, I don't know where to go. But I believe if you want to coach, you better go find somebody up in England. We need to find a coach from England. And if JFF really thinking football, or really have a good mindset on how to develop the football, how to move forward with the present situation, the way they are operating, we need an English coach. And I'm not saying we need an English coach because of the English philosophy. No, that's not my take. We need an English coach, in my view, because we have pure English-based players, Virgin. 95% of the team is made up of English-based players. Maybe we can go 80, maybe me wrong, because a few from the US. Help me out, person. Or else you know. Help me out this with the percentage. Rather say, I honestly don't think there's anyone in Jamaica who will be able to coach the men's senior team to the World Cup, including managing the players, getting their respect, and dealing with the JFF. Well, there's a lot of things that you're saying out there, Randy. And I share some of your views, but not all of it. I don't think, we can't find somebody. It would be difficult. And some of the reasons that you mentioned, managing these players, is a big thing, Because the reason why I'm saying about let's get an English coach, because we have so many English-based players. They would have understood how these players operate, yes? How to build these relationships. But then again, I don't know. Culture is the next thing, man. Because you have to get somebody who really will respect our culture, somebody who respect what we have, the resources that we have. You think the English coach can deal with our resources and infrastructure? I was just alluding to that too. So they have to respect that. You're right. But what we want now, people, I don't know about it, but we don't want nobody if you can develop the Reggae Boyz to go World Cup. We need somebody to carry with the World Cup. We don't have no time for development. Because development means that you need the people them to be together on a regular basis, or at least playing top flight football, at least have the whole intelligence as an individual to move forward. For example, saying the kind of structure that will be required would cause a problem should you get an English coach. Kind of structure. Again, Fergie, you're right. But look at the picture that I am trying to paint. Maybe it is a negative picture, just maybe. But I am saying and the fact that we have so many English players. Pros like the coaches here in Jamaica who have not coached at that level, who have not have the type of players with the experience and the personality to deal with. Remember, these players, would have been playing at high level, especially those who play in the Premier League. They would have you'd have seen them many times. The coaches, they are their own coaches have their differences. That happens. But how do you deal with these things? Will you take it up as a coach to say, listen, I'm a coach, so I'm gonna listen to you, or what? No. So we are up for a really strange journey going into the World Cup 2026. The Reggae boys develop already individually. They need to learn to play together. So you see, Randy, we not say no, we have players with some skills, but Reggie, after going through and recruiting players from England, US, and other parts of Europe, maybe to date, it's like every year we are saying same thing. We can't get them to play together. We can't get them to play together. And the reason why we as fans are very, very hard to please. Believe it. Because me know from head to toe say if we get an next player, whether he's English based, English born, Jamaican born, Reggae, Jamaica born, Jamaica raised, if he doesn't have a sort of thing about him, yes, so if we get a striker, if he don't have something where a Wiley would do, a Fuller, if you don't have something that a Tapper would offer, something that a Walter Boyd, we're going to find it difficult to accept him. Because this is the type of football, this is Jamaican philosophy football. This is the culture. We want to see people with skills. Oh, we're not seeing that. We're not seeing that yet. And somehow this is the type of issues that I would have with like a coach with more people. Coach with more, the type of player who he was. And I've watched with more coaching in the Premier League. I've seen him coach schoolboy football. But I not seen a player who with more sort of developed to say, yes, we need this creative player. But I don't know. As a coach, every team that I have coached, me have to have at least one player who can play like me. We think the football like me. Me have to even want one player to say, hey, you have to lead the team. Not necessarily as a captain. But my strength. When I was playing football, people, I think I was very good in the air. Yeah? Aerial duel, trust me. Good. When I take that, I can pat myself on the shoulder. And every time I coach, I make sure I say at least one of my defender. Yes, at least a striker need to know how to jump, time this ball, or hit this ball properly. Because that is what I have. That is my natural ability. Yes? So me have to have that sort of player. So as a coach who play the game, yes, man, you need to have that. You need to have that image. You need to see a coach who the coach represent on the field. So just like when Diego had Messi. No, man, you have to have them things, man. Trust me. And that is my belief. So again, when we get these coaches from overseas, we don't know what they can do. So that's why we mark our own coaches so hard, because we believe they must have this or do that, because we know them. Carl Brown had Hagler Wilson and Des Gaddafi Smith. Yeah, man, we need you think a joke. So if you want to get back, if you really want to see Jamaica football move, we need to again people, you know, why this is a story at will begin. Whoever got that story. We had too much views. Hey, listen, another thing, people. Another thing. People, may I go drop the link in the chat. So if you want to come on and do your thing, see? So see the studio link, may I go drop in the chat. And when you're ready, you click come on and we have a discussion. Yeah? Come in, you can say your 2 piece, your 2 cents, and then we move on. But what I'm trying to say, yes, when you're getting a coach, we need to know the philosophy of the coach. Let's take, for example, who remember how Iceland plays in the World Cup that they entered, that with no Hallgrim so far? Was there a type of philosophy that you could have, picked up from Iceland team that you would say, boy, yes, this man can help Jamaica? You think that Jamaica culture would fit into how Iceland play? So I don't know. Are these reasons why we go for or we take Hallgrims based on the interface and the recommendation? Tapa had Maggie but didn't get enough playing time. Again, you see, when you have local players or else, yes, that is competing with foreign based players, traveling overseas, it's gonna be rough. Randy, Randy, I think you're harsh for Cargo. I think you're very harsh. Cargo sat on the bench like that's no sir. Not at all. Because me get Cargo on the show other people. Me will get Cargo because we need to talk about this whole direction of the reggae boys. We need to hear what them think. Yeah man, me will get the Cargo, get it back. Hey, as me say now, well you still have those coaches no boss. You know, see what happened. You just sit and move around and get the job done. One of the biggest coach that you can read his emotion is the Real Madrid coach. His name again? RR. Yep. That man all him do is stand up and chew him bubble gum. Let's replay the videos and see. But at that point, I mean, he got some results. Mark, that was the time. So what happened, and the overseas based players, as I mentioned, would have a good advantage. I mean, they would have playing at the highest level, with the different playing conditions that we don't use to. For example, I would love to find to talk to these people who went abroad to play in the very cold weather for the first time. The first time I run out overseas played football, I never know say me have a toe left in my shoes. Yeah, man. That's how cold it was. So you can imagine. Yes. So it will take time to climatize. So I can understand bringing in overseas players, the English going to Europe, vice versa. But the other aspect of it, what I'm really disappointed with people, is that even though I say Coach Grims would have brought in a whole lot, and I say a whole heap of local based players, players who have been playing in the Premier League, in our JPL. That means he's giving some credit to the JPL and to the players. But last night when I look and I see we down 3-0, I believe, 80 minutes and so on, and then the coach have put on the Jamaican band. If you do what? You just give them a run then because they travel. If that's the case, fine. But I don't want you to carry players if you just fill up a bench. International football, me I talk about. So this is where I have a problem with the coach, and I think you have made a few blunders in this competition. And don't believe that I'm saying that these players would have played better than those before. I am just saying the fact that you bring them. Yes? Is it that you're bringing them for experience? And if that is the case, talk. If you are bringing them for them to gain that experience, all right, say it. When you have the players sitting on the bench and then you give them 10 minutes down 3-0. No, sir, that no look good. So if you are developing our football coach and JFF, the players who play here need playing time. That's how development go. Yet you can watch every day and talk about you develop. Develop what? They have to do it. You can watch video and match till now till next year. And it's a FIFA you play. Game, not football. Yeah, man, serious man. But Randy, and a serious matter though. And a serious matter. Have you seen anybody out there you believe that the JFF could look into? Pessoa, Horace, RR. May I ask some of them question of people. Have you seen anybody across the length and breadth of the world, in world football, no, who you believe can take Jamaica to the next level? But I will say that to say to Mr. Rodolph Speed, the next coach you get, the next coach, to ensure that this coach understand the culture of Jamaica. I'm pleased to the powers that be, ensure that both parties, yes, both coach, both JFF, set their own goals. JFF, you need to state your goal and your objectives to the coach. And there and then he or she, he or she can decide. Because we might as well try a female coach. Anyway, don't beat the people. Just making it. But the fact is, that's how we need to look at it. Because if we get Mourinho now in the people, if we get Pep right now, if we get Arteta right now, hey, you see your Randy? That's why I don't get so much beating, you know. Leave me alone, brother. About Arteta. Which Arteta, man? Arteta would have not even said J, much less Jamaica. I wonder, hey, people like you guys score offside bowling. It's offside. Offside. So, don't go back nil-nil. Yeah, man, offside goal. So, you have a chance again. But anyway, any coach at all, people, could we look? And, you know, the people them talk about coaching certificate with coaches are learning. Because we see it, you know. The JPL thing better. The schoolboy football last year was improved, and I believe it is improved because we have better coaches. Yes, we have coaches who are doing more to learn the game and to accept what it is there to coach the youngsters. So if that is the case, what a big side is whatever takes so long. Yes, if that is the case, why can't we? But the big problem now, we don't have no time to think or develop football. We only want to reach a World Cup, people, and it would be embarrassing if the Reggae boys can't make it to the World Cup. Tell me what you think. Can we do it? Right now, I don't believe we can beat Panama. We can't beat Costa Rica. Honduras always are giving trouble to. El Salvador. These are the competitive teams that are always in the you call it hexagonal round. You know. We know say I'm afraid of Panama. We not play nothing like how Mr. Costa Rica play. So we are in trouble. We are in big trouble. But anyway, people, now go over to little track and field. When ready, we can lick the football. But people, you know, listen, this is the easiest chance to make it to the World Cup. It may be the easiest chance, Randy, but it is not. What? The goal stand? No, sir. People not still watching. All right, go down. Okay, goal can't stand. The goal stand. US down 1-0, people, 68 minutes. Guatemala. Yeah, man. Nicaragua has improved. All the teams has improved. Look at DR the other day. We are not going anywhere, people, with this type of thing. And there's no way the footballers can play their best game when in the dressing room you have so many issues, so much cantankerous issues. One of the things that we don't know, say, they still have some traveling problem when the team never travel. Eh? You know things that people don't know that? Hey, this man, we see, hey, come, come like USA join Mexico and Jamaica. Hey, Randy, yes, Canada, US, and Mexico are not involved. But let's face it, we still have Costa Rica, we still have El Salvador, we still have Honduras, we still have Panama. Yes, these teams are play Guatemala, even though Jamaica is better than Guatemala. These teams have improved and are playing better football than Jamaica. So while you don't have to play the better football to win the game, but we have to use that as a measuring stick, people. And that is my major concern. Me I tell you. So when you hear me talk and me never talk, it's a for Cook America. A long time I said that. I don't want people to believe that because Canada, US, and Mexico out of it, we're going to have a free run. No, I can't see through that because I know all the other teams are saying the same thing like we are saying. So we need to give it a try. Understand what it is saying. Why, I'm nervous. I'd be so disappointed if Reggae Boyz never had the next World Cup. I'm not disappointed because we're not content with US and them team. That's not why I am disappointed, you know. I am disappointed because it shows that we are not moving forward as a nation. I am disappointed because I show that Wayne West, where I say, JFF mash up Jamaica football. Mm-mm. Them figure prison. My God. You know, me not gonna say JFF, you know. Me not gonna broad brush JFF. As me say, you have some individual people in a JFF thing, which me not see the purpose. Me I tell you the truth. Me not see where it is going. But Randy, you come back and you lick me again. Where you say, Randy? It's like adrenaline in D cup without having to face CC, Dinkel, etc. Hey, you see why Randy lick out for me, people? You see? At this, make him lick out for me. This. But I come with the adrenaline thing, brother. Talk about Georges and JC and Casey. Okay. Don't talk. Hey, you talk about D cup, right? I know adrenaline. If adrenaline, I'm going to make it out of the first round this year in the D cup. The man then shift up his zone. Adrenaline got weak this year and the zone get tough. Why, if I was there, I'd have to call some real shots. No man, something no go on. The man, they lick things bad for adrenaline this year. But anyway, it's a very competitive zone. Yeah, so JFF has no confidence in homegrown players and coaches. You know, maybe you're right, Norris. Maybe you're right. Randy said we have the players to make it, just not the leadership. No, Randy. Randy. No, 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 no. You have to come with some more base on that. Because it can't be the leadership that alone, or should I say, deny the players to make it. That's just it. Me understand with the leadership not doing all that they are to do. Poor. Yes? When you say WW, all of them need to go. Speed first. Kia Valley. I want Kia Valley now. Talk to me. Let me understand what you say. Randy, again, if KC, JC, and Moon are not in Manning Cup, easier part for Georges. All right. Now me understand what I said. All right. Very good. I rather you use your team in this as the example, but I don't want you to compress on my little team to another country. All right? That's all I'm saying. Why? Like imagine I get hot. Randy, your side I go home. And basic football and not work. But people, and I who for the championship over the weekend? Some blistering run. Kishian Thompson, who know him? Who know Tia Clayton, people? Some time ago on this show, I talk about this Tina and Tia Clayton incident. And I brought something to the table. And many people, including one of my good Edinalin Bridget, said, no, this one I better one. And I say, time will tell. But, people, it's amazing to see that little 19-year-old girl, yeah, ran through blistering time. And not just that, people. She was strong enough to beat Sherika Jackson in the semi-final. Yeah, man. And the fact that she did the rounds and come back and beat Shelly, hey, to know that she has the confidence, yes, the level-headed to stay calm in that race, knowing that some big guns, you have people like Brianna Williams, people doing well. You have Alana Reid coming up. Tina for your money. I mean, hey, wait, may I tell you still in my youth. I like a girl there. She had a trump card for Paris. Remember me telling you? Remember me telling you? Okay. Just remember that. Watch her twin turbo. Where? We shot me for watch her. But they are good, man. They are good. But the wickedest thing, people, when we can't understand all now, when somebody can explain, whenever President Unseen watch the show, Unseen join me, can tell me what. Jamaica will not enter the 4x4 relay in Paris. One of the things that the Reggae Boyz are disgrace people. Are shame. Yeah, man, with you for that. For real, West, I tell you. They say it already and people brush me aside about here. I see it, come to pass because I'm not chat a whole for chat and feel I'm not depending. I beat up my mouth. I see it, But Jamaica people, you will not watch a Jamaica 4x4 team in the relay because they fail to qualify. My God, no, sir. Mr. Randy, you have to expect Clayton to win 100 at Olympics. No, sir. I did not say that. She's a dark horse. The truth is, Randy, she'll have to step up another notch, which I believe she can. But the pressure, you see that the girl now have nothing to lose, that is the pressure which she'll put on her Shelley, she'll put on her Sherika, she'll put on her Richards. She don't really have nothing to lose. So if she end up in the final, worst case scenario coming off a good semi-final, the bigger athletes are under pressure, don't you? No, of course. I'm taking her to medal. If we lose, I saw me I gamble, but I take Tia to medal the Olympic. Strangest thing has happened. But come on, I don't know if Tia know. I don't know, explain to me how comes Jamaica couldn't qualify for the 400 meter relay. No, people don't tell me that. I can't believe, And you know why I laugh, people? Jamaica has gone to 3 different qualification meets for them to get that qualifying time. And you know who they want to lick out? A country we don't have no. I not even remember the name of my country. Now have no name when they come check and feeling, bro. And them have a final time, Jamaica for run past that thing. Or you're not saying she can? Yes, no, no. Honestly speaking, though, Randy, I'm taking her to medal. I'm taking her to medal. No, no, no. What me I saying about this 4x4? I still want somebody who understand this thing. Ben, what you say now? At Randy, yet watch the games called for Jamaica 2-0 nil, Brazil 1 Jamaica nil. Jamaica played good overall. All right, good point. Randy, where you go put the Zimbabwe name in it for Bridget? Me tell you, say me don't know a country name, but then I have no track and feel. Like you go type in um Zimbabwe, brother. Zimbabwe of all the countries. Me don't want you put in the name, bro. That even make me sad. People Zimbabwe known for football. Football, cricket, track and field. What? Cricket, them play with some flower brother. One night time them are going with na cricket. But everybody doing well in track and field now. But Jamaica people, the last qualified at the national stadium in our yard, where the people never have to travel by no plane and never have to worry about where they must sleep, where they must eat. They were still unable. They were still unable to meet the qualifying time. Look how this bad now. It seems to me Benny St. Carbone has keen understanding of the Jamaican style of play which Simon is built on. All right, good point. You work well too. Sorry, Argentina play netball. When they in the netball table. But this to me I said about people. And tell me how this makes sense to me. I never hear say this could happen, none at all, but I learn. Jamaica was so desperate in qualifying that they fielded 3 teams. People, I wish partner world. No, tell me. Which partner world you go find 3 teams that are related team? The one country represented by 3 different teams. Matter of fact, even individual relay, individual races, the only time you have that, is from the qualifying year, the top 3. And if, for example, the world champion or Olympic champion would have got the bye today. So you have 4 feeling one team. But for a relay, you never have that. Me never know say it can happen. But Jamaica, for some strange reason, people. Jamaica, for some strange reason, were able to find 3 teams to put in the race. So if team black no win, team green win, or team yellow. Me need help. Somebody please help me out. And none of the 3 team people were able to run the qualifying time. Is it 2 minutes 59.2? Something like that. So we were able to field 3 teams, And yo, trust me, IAF should have banned Jamaica. You cover your national championship, which by law, yes, you could do. Yes? Come to the national championship, people. And of course, what you think happen now? They field 3 teams, and they must have one international team in it. And I think it was Grenada who just run a race. Grenada never want to win, they never want to come second, they never want to even come fourth. And a 4 team race. 3 Jamaican team. Hello, if you don't tell me say this is a legal thing, stop what you can feel. If you don't tell me say this makes sense, well, it may legal, but it don't make no sense. And the fact that you meant that 3 teams, and now tell me say we still couldn't qualify on home soil, something fundamentally wrong. Yes. Fergie, need to go back to the 98 model. Whatever was done did work. So last employer, the same or similar employer, as indicated by a prominent All right, what you call her already again? Despicable. Hey, politician. What the hell they would have lost or lose? Well, you're right. But me now go the road with it though. Jamaica style of play very similar to the Brazilian. Notice Simoes took foundational pre-98 qualifying squad to Brazil, for then to get lead lessons. They played Flamingo and Corinthians. Hey, listen, Simoes are easy. You know, if you know what going on, some of them camp, then carry the boys go sleep all in the cemetery. A joke. You know, I was soldier camp. We just say that. Big trouble me again. Both teams had a bulk of Brazilian national team. Yeah. Randy, the man them couldn't run under 45 seconds. Good. So could beat this Z country time. Hey, Randy, listen to me, man. Three teams, the man them put out there, and none of that three teams couldn't run the bridging. Will make sense. You tell me say from the three teams they couldn't find the four fastest man them for enter and put them on one team. Or is that the four fastest man run on one team and them win? But still can't make the grade. Why do I have a problem with that? And me need help. Somebody need to counsel me. Me need counseling people. You can't understand it. It's an embarrassment. To me, this worse than Jamaica not qualifying into the next round of the Copa. When did we knew that we have to qualify for the Olympics? So it's after the camp, they had the Englishman, the Paula, the Bert, the Simpson, and we demonstrate good qualify. Hey, listen, me tell you something in a bit. You're not wrong, you know. But the problem is that we don't have no program. With the objectives that we have are not. Trust me. The objectives are not smart here, man. They're not smart. That may I say. I don't see the reggae boys come out and put out a plan and say, this is our model, this is what we want going into 2026. World US. Oh, Cupp, they're lucky. But say 45-second runners are unavailable for the 4x4. Who? Oh, no, mad. What could have made a, a athletes, yes? 4 athletes who can run 45 not available. Something like me to say something wrong. Athletes can make themselves unavailable, man, to qualify to go to the Olympics, and all I want to go. That's what we need. We need more clarity on that, people. And that was my heart broke over the weekend. True, me expect reggae boys to go through. It never mean nothing to me. I wanted to see competitive game from Jamaica to show that, you know, we will be very competitive going into the World Cup qualifier, but that wasn't to be. Reggae, it looked like one penalty you're going, you know. USA will get a penalty, let me see what going on. Sorry, my people. Now, maybe we'll not take a look to another talk. Yeah, man. Dallas, big up yourself, man. We will join. See it. But again, my people, that's the little thing I want, you know, to brief me with, yes? You know, I'm really looking forward to some very good, and you know, we anticipate a very good Paris Olympic for Jamaica. But we're still embarrassed knowingly that we can't run at the 400 meter. Really. We think about it. They are going to run the individual 400. Ay, 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 ay. Randy, help me understand this a little bit more. Are you saying that normally those who run the 4x4 don't run the individual 400 meter? Is that the case? Is that the case? Remember now, you know, when we're doing the qualifying, you know, there were no flat 400 running. You know. Even if they have the race, they never have to enter it. You know, so they could have just team up same way if you run the qualifiers. You know. But again, I don't understand. Sometimes I see some things happening with the track and field thing. It's you know, like it's a country thing, you know, like it's still a club thing. So I am willing to learn, people. And you learn it, friend. Let me know what happened. Let me know what happened. People, where are we now? Who will be the next Reggae Boys coach? Yeah, flip-flopping on the gun back football. Who will be the next Reggae Boys coach? But you know something? I have people who should give me some information. Some people hide now, people. I tell you, I have some very good friends who know what going on and they hide the thing out, Yeah, man. They hide the thing out. But schoolboy football, people, you not talk about Tapa. You know, say Tapa back in the schoolboy football, right? After get fired from Mount Pleasant. Tapa is back. Tapa is back, people. And for those who knew that long time and not share it with me, that's not good. Tapa is now the head coach of Cornwall College. Did not run on the black, green, and gold 4x4. Yes, Randy, that make me good. Because, Randy, what may I try to say? Look into the situation. When they go to the Olympics, the four runners and the team will not run all the rounds. We know that. The persons who used to run in the final sometimes don't run in the heats. So let's put it this way. This is a heat. We are running heats for 3 times and can't qualify, bro. Right. It's sad, yeah, man. Sad. So I want to big up Tapa, because Tapa got a Cornwall College and what see think can take them out of the drought. Long time Cornwall no win no championship. I think they have won the Flow Cup recently. That's the most sent, win. My brethren, ranking where they Cornwall boss. Yeah, man. So again, people, this is a football. Remember the Sari Crest show doing some short programs, yes. So look out. We're gonna have the pre-season matchups, pre-season interviews with these coaches, teams, schools going towards the Manning Cup and Dakasta Cup. But there are some changes in the zoning of these competition, people, more so the Dakasta Cup. So some very, very big zones with 8 and 9 teams, if my memory serves me right. Yes, one noticeable zone, people. Clarendon College, Edwin Central, Denby, Thompson Town. Oh, again. I don't know. But these are some teams. Edwin yes, will be actually in a zone. If you don't even draw the match, US, you're not going to win, man. Talk about the referee. So, big things coming up, people. And we are trying to get information on why those changes were made. Yes? Schoolboy football pays enough for Tapa. Yes, man. Tapa a big coach, bro. And a big school in the way have money, And they at a big school they have money and a big school they want to win. But I can tell you there are some schools in Jamaica, high schools, who playing Dakasta Cup and schoolboy football in general. They pay much more than the clubs that are in the Premier League. Trust me. So with a Tapa, maybe you can really negotiate. Him is a man to go me, man. So, who knows? And that I'm not just saying the entire coaching program at Cornwall, the youth program under 14 under 16 has control, yes, by Hector Wright, former midfield maestro Jamaica. So Hector Wright is the under 14 under 16 coach. He has been doing that for a few years. So he is responsible to develop the players that Tapa will get. But based on the information, I don't think Cornwall is ready to take on championship right now. They're in a rebuilding process. That's what I was told. And so maybe it's a 2 to 3 years program. So let's see if Theodore will stick around or he'll have to move on while he go to the national team. But I'm talking about national team, But remember that we have a local coach as one of the assistants to Hal Grimson, in Meran Garden, Remember that, But I'm not sure if Miran is actually coaching or he's learning. I don't know. I have a feeling that Miran is just learning and not really coaching. The fact that these things are come out now, you see, I'm much more in this thing, people. Much more in this thing. Much more. But whatever it is, I want to see it resolved very, very soon. People, nobody wanted to call, nobody wanted to come on the show. And so we have gone a 1 hour and 26. So we have 4 minutes. We'll be closing off a hour and a half show, people. That's the intention. And we'll continue. Look out again, people. I have some time this week. So you might verify another 2 or so shows for the week. Because we have some more. And trust me, I'll have a conversation tomorrow. Somebody high in football in this country. I believe I'll get more information. Yes? And if he is willing to come on here to give us his views and to let us know what he believes has transpired and how do we move forward as a nation. Look out. Tomorrow or Wednesday. The conversation will be tomorrow. Maybe Wednesday is the show. Maybe the show will be tomorrow night, people. We'll see how it goes. I want to pick up a few people, yes? Because the under 14, I believe, the Jamaica under 14 team is, they were in camp over the weekend. Take the break camp today. And whole lot of things still going on. Nothing for US at the final minute of adding on time, people. Still Uruguay 1. All right, so Uruguay at the halfway line going down the left flank, people, burning some time, but cut out by the US team, trying to go forward, but they will not pass the halfway line as Uruguay is totally defend that one. Of course, that's just a little intro. What to come? John Crow, who that? High in football, who that John Crow? You know what you're talking about, brother? John Crow, who is John Crow? The last one I want to run, big me up, get me something clear. Hey, Randy, I want you big up the captain. I'm only if you talk to the captain to see it. So see if you can influence the captain to come for the side request show. So people, Uruguay has won 3 from 3. The US had stayed home, have to watch from their TVs. I don't want them to waste any time or any space in the stadium. Let them stay at them home and watch the matches. So people who travel can see the games. Yes, so if I can get a ticket to go to the final, yes, US, I must go on home. Basic football in our work, lucky football. Yes. So people, you see what happened in the CONCACAF, in the Copa America. Mexico gone home, US gone home. Mexico, US, and Jamaica. I think Canada is still in. Let me double check. Canada is in, people. No, tell me. Hold on. 0 to 4. Right. So Canada should be in. Let me see. People just how close the show, but more check that one is still in. Randy, who is your name, John Crow? You're asking me, but I'm not sure. I've not gotten that name at all, my boss. And this is the birthday I talk about. Canada in. All right. Thank you, Randy. Panama still in. Wow. I love that. So you notice what happened to me, people? The big guns. The big guns game I never watch a game this evening, rest me, I tell you the truth. Somehow I missed that game. But people, let me tell you what happened now. So Argentina and Canada gone through from Group A. Venezuela and Ecuador gone through from Group B. So Mexico out. All right. Uruguay and Panama gone through from Group C. So tomorrow's game will be the final decider where Colombia and Brazil. So Colombia already gone through. So Brazil need to avoid defeat to ensure that they go through. Just to ensure, because Costa Rica and Paraguay, and it can't be there, even though there are minus goal difference. So therefore, US and Mexico people, who is the kingpin of the CONCACAF region, has not made it through to the next round of the Copa America. Should we as Jamaican take any notice of that? Should we have any comfort to know that bigger teams than us have got knocked out? Should we? El Future Academy. Big up Sorry Chris. Big up yourself, my boss. What I go on down our country. Yeah, man. I want them to get it right, man. El Futuro. I can't speak Spanish at all. I can't manage Spanish. So therefore, should we have any comfort that US and Mexico gone home? So it's not too bad for Jamaica get knocked out, people. And that more I know, you know. El Future, let me know what I go on, you know. You know, Sorry Chris need to chime in, you know. So let me give me some insight of the thing. Yeah, big up yourself and big up your academy. Yeah, so this is what me I said to people. This is what I'm trying to say. Listen. Based on what we are seeing now, people, you know, say US are complain because I think that goal there outside. But they couldn't go through anyway. A draw wouldn't help them. Yes. So US, Mexico, the big teams, gone out, people. Jamaica went out earlier. Should we take comfort that we are not so bad? Should we? Boy, oh boy. I can't take any comfort because the standard of play was bad. We continue to play, and people finally want to use this for the last statement. I want to say it because you know some people can knock it too hard. As it relates to our team selection, yes, our squad selection. At what point, people, we're gonna have some serious discussion around how do we select the team? Yes. We have some good prospect. We have people playing at the highest level, but they're not bonding together. They're not bonding. I don't know if the coach have enough time or get enough time to put these players together. I knew when he came, he tried a whole lot of stuff, getting some locals players in, get some time, which was good. But afterwards, I get to understand that he wanted more English-based players. At one point, I hear they're going for Mason Greenwood. I was even told people by a very instrumental personality in this whole country of football said that you know he wanted Mason Greenwood to come, but the JFF did not willing to spend on his visa or the passport to get out his. All sort of things being heard about. As I said, there's no concrete evidence, so I just keep it like that. Yes, so a whole heap of little things was going on, but we have an issue, though, people, and I want to say this to say I'm very patriotic, but it doesn't look good enough, people. That when our national anthem is being played, also, that from the 11 players out there, only 2 could have moved them out. I would say to those 2, next time, nobody knows nothing. We don't just keep quiet because we just observe the national anthem. But it can't be that 9 out of the 11 players cannot repeat, not even the stanzas. The Jamaica, not even that. The man then could repeat. You know, look, that shows that we don't have a Jamaica team. Mix. All right, so Randy, no comfort. Everyone thinks CONCACAF is below standard. So if those teams fail, it reflects badly on all of us. No, man, no, me not think so. But see, Brazil has struggled, you know. And listen, as much as Argentina look good, some aspect of it, they never got through seamless. Yeah. They must say them pull off some last minute drama. You know. Yes. And they had to fight very hard against Canada in that first game. So I think the football right now, people, some of the name brand teams are not doing much. Look at what's going on in the Euro. Look at England. Well, England come up with something big. Lip sync. England come up with something big. Yeah, man. All right. But, you know, it is English players not good enough to represent Jamaica. But are you know, may say that, you know, and some people lick me hard. Because I was saying that some of these players are not good enough, bro. So I take my battering and I will not say it again. Because we could dive down into a lot, but people, I'm gonna leave this part because we need to have a part two, and the part two will come when I'll have a guest to come and give us some real insight of what took place. Yes, they will have to give us some insight of what took place. So which part you know outside this? No, sir. Hey people, we have a problem. Me no understand VR, me no understand everything. But anyway, a victory them say. All right, so people, this is where we close. This is where I say good night to you. And please, matter of fact, for a very short one, join me tomorrow night. Yes, from a different location, people. We'll have more to talk about. Jamaica's football, we have more to talk about athletics, we have some cricket to talk about, and of course, wherever you're going, the Costa Cup and Manitoba. Schoolboy football coming up, people. Very good. All right. So, good night and thank you very much for joining. People, if you have not yet done so, please ensure that you like the channel. Yes, subscribe, and of course, share the content. So, Randy, big up yourself, man, and thanks very much for joining. Thanks very much for your participation. Horace, big up yourself as well. El Fruto, and hey, link me now, boss. Link me out to the academy. We need to have a talk. See, um, big up yourself, all of that, and the big virgin Ben. Also, I want to say big up Fergie. Respect for joining, man, as well. Wayne, blessings as always, and of course, Pessoa when there. Long time no him have the panel. RR. You're there, big up yourself and bless up to each and every one of you who come in and chime in earlier. This is where we say goodbye for now, and until then, we'll have, as we say now, people, we have some more shows coming up. Sure, me have to do at least two more shows for the week. So join me and we talk some more. Respect. Bless it. Sorry question.